Hey, how's it going?
It's an interesting day.
Good. Well, that could be taken in a lot of different ways, I guess, on a Thursday.
We had an extreme weather event.
Really?
Yeah, wind and rain, hail,
Oof.
tornado warnings.
You're.
So it left it quite a mess. So we'll see how tomorrow looks.
Oh, I'm glad it has calmed down enough, and you still have power. That's all
So things are pretty good here. But
good. Good. I've got a new headset tonight.
you do sound clearer and louder.
Why, thank you. Yes, the only issue is that I don't have. I hear you, but I don't hear me talking. So I have to regulate my volume, I guess. I don't know, but I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to hear myself back through this. But it's a brand spanking new USB headset, and I guess professional-ish, whatever. It was recommended for this kind of recording stuff. So
Super fancy.
yeah.
I am still rocking my 10-year-old $15 one-ear receptionist headset. So
Uh,
I sound terrible to all the folks at home. That's why.
no, you sound crisp and clear. You always do. So yeah, I think we're gonna. This is a turning point. We're moving on up to the east side, or
Yeah,
to the
or at least we're
eastern.
upgrading.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this was only $24.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was very pleasantly surprised so far. This will be the first time I hear the sound feedback in the recording, but we will make adjustments as needed. But I'm just happy that I'm not dealing with RCA cables anymore. I'm actually plugged into the side bus of my computer.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So tonight, what have we got? I believe
Look, look at this map.
this
Look
map.
at Himera. This is crazy.
I know
Doesn't this doesn't this look fun?
this is the first time ever I think, ever played with the rampart terrain. So I'm very interested in that.
So a little backstory here. Now, if you've been watching these, you might realize that we're actually playing a prequel now. This is all events that happened before the the last series of battles we fought between Rome and Carthage. So at this point in time, the Greeks have extended their influence, and they control the southern portion of Italy, the toe and the heel, if you will, as well as half of Sicily, which is where we're at tonight in Himera. The other half is controlled by Carthage. Um, so Hamilcar and Carthage kind of want to, they want Sicily all to themselves. So they send a vast fleet to kick them out, and they land at Himera. Unfortunately, as their fleet is traveling across the Mediterranean, they run into a rough patch of weather, apropos given what's happened to me today, and they lose some of their triremes. More importantly, they lose a lot of their cavalry. So when they land at Himera, where the Greeks are safely ensconced within its walls, Hamilcar sets up two camps, which I think is what we're trying to approximate here. He's got a camp down by the sea, where he's repairing some of his ships, and he sent the other ships to patrol to prevent any Greek reinforcements. He sent the rest of his forces to establish a camp up on a hill, and they begin to forage. And that's probably what we're seeing here on the Carthaginian right flank with these warriors and mediums and such. The Greeks sally forth. They engage the Carthaginians out at that hill camp, and they get soundly defeated. They run back into the safety of the walls of Himera, and then they send messengers. And I'm going to butcher the name because I don't speak Greek, but Gelion here, he responds with his cavalry. So the Greeks are overjoyed. Now the Carthaginians still outnumber them, But because of the terrible accident, or not accident, but the sinking of the ships with the Carthaginian cavalry, the Greeks have more cavalry. So what the Greeks do is they start sending their cavalry out and around, and they start taking out the Carthaginian foragers. And at this point, Hamilcar's like, well, I need some cavalry of my own. So he sends a messenger back to the west side of Sicily. Now, all of these states are all pretty much, even though they're aligned with either Carthage or Greek, they're all pretty much Greek city-states. So, they all pretty much look the same and wear the same uniforms. So, when this Greek force is out scouring the countryside, they run across Hamilcar's messenger on his way back, and he spills the beans. He's like, hey, this is what's happening. Hamilcar's got this cavalry force coming in to reinforce him, and they'll be, along, he gives me exact time, date, where they're going to be, and everything. Greeks ambush them and take their place because they all wear the same uniform. So the Carthaginians see this Greek cavalry riding from the other direction, think it's their guys, let them into their camp, and that is why you see this medium cavalry unit all up in the Carthaginian side of the board. Historically, they pretty much sack this seaside camp. Hamilcar, at this point, has been sacrificing people to Baal in his giant bonfires, and the Greeks wind up taking him out. A few Carthaginians jump on the remaining ships they've been repairing and take off. The rest of the Carthaginians are routed at their hillside camp, flee to a nearby mountain where the Greeks surround them, and basically wait a few days before they run out of food and water, and then the Carthaginians surrender. They, of course, get taken back to Himera. They're turned into Greek slaves, and at this point, Carthage has pretty much written Sicily off. Those ships that escaped, only one of them apparently survived. So eventually, Carthaginians will send an ambassador to Himera to sue for peace. The Greeks get some very generous terms, and that will be pretty much the end of Carthage's ambitions in Italy for quite some time. Until, of course, the battles we fought earlier this month. So, there you go. There is a Battle of Himera.
That was,
in a nutshell, based on 2 videos I watched before I called you.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just going to say that, wow, and I think I'm going to renounce all of my research in the future.
No,
you're going to do it. You have set the bar incredibly high.
No.
Yes.
No. Absolutely not.
Okay. Well, we'll still trade off. No, that was fantastic.
I don't even like this trading off thing. This dirty pool.
Oh, come on, man. Just because you don't want to say Eurynachus. Eurynachus. Yeah, wow. I mean, I had looked a little bit about this one after last week's game, and I saw that it was quite involved. But that was a very thorough. And in this one, I presume that so what I know about this part of history is that the Sicilian island was the Carthaginians were the old Phoenicians. That was sort of the western part of the Phoenician Empire. So that's old Carthage, the Punic forces, right. And the Greeks would be the Syracusans, as we see here, since they're in blue blocks. Yeah. We can presume that they are.
So again, I think this is an issue with Vassal that's probably mislabeled.
No, that is correct. Based on the research that I did, they had it in there as for this module. They had it as Roman, and I went ahead and made sure to change it based on what I saw in the some of the online materials, that it should be, because this is sort of pre-Punic War First Punic War, then it should be Carthage versus Syracusan, but the Syracusans were kind of a satellite of the Greeks at that point.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So they're keeping it allied with what we're expecting for this expansion, with the blue blocks being Greekish.
Greekish.
Yes.
Well, like I said, apparently they all wear the same outfits.
Yeah.
So
you've seen a Greek, you've seen them all. Okay.
So we've got some new terrain here.
Yes.
You're gonna have to walk me through how this works.
Sure. Well, I'm going to open up the terrain information sheet here, and I see that we have encountered the fortified camps before, so that's nothing new. And luckily, what we're going to see is like the fortified camp, with only one small difference. The ramparts are exactly the same when a unit is sitting on the rampart tile. For example, the light slingers there on the Carthaginian right, and the light units there, I guess, up against the wall or on the walls of those ramparts. Any unit that's attacking them from any hex side, they call it hex side, but basically if this medium unit was here and attacking that light slinger, he would just the light slinger would be able to ignore one sword hit and one flag, much like some of the other units that have that inherent. Sadly, mounted units do not get the protection because it's very difficult to get the horses up onto the walls. The fortified camps work the same way. Units that are inside the fortified camp will get to ignore one sword hit and one flag. The only difference with them is if they're inside the camp and they're battling out, then they have to reduce their combat die by 1. That is the only thing. The other difference here is the ramparts, even though they would seem like they're walls-ish, they do not block line of sight for missile fire, which is kind of nice. But the fortified camps do, because there's lots of tents in the way. And the presumption that these seaside hexes over here are impassable is pretty standard, because why would you go in there? They don't say, but I think that terrain type is treated as, yes, as impassable to all units. So, I think that is all for this one. Let's look at the scenario overview, the War Council, if you will. And this is the Battle of Himera, 480 BC. And we're both going to have 5 command cards.
The abstraction here is these are 2 separate camps, too.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So that is going to be a very interesting tactical puzzle, depending on how the cards come out, of course. How you maintain and protect. There's no particular unit value for those camps in this one, but
so the city of Himera itself is probably right off the map, right underneath the Syracusan name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and we're outside, right? Let's see. We got 2 leaders for the Carthaginians, 5 command cards. The Syracusans have Galon and Theron, Charlize or otherwise. They will move first with their 5 command cards, and this is a race to 6 banners. That's pretty standard for what we've been seeing lately. I'm enjoying the change of venue so far, and obviously with new terrain types, this is going to be an extra challenge to figure out how to leverage those capabilities.
Well, and the other thing here, we've got a unit that we've rarely used before. I think we've only had one occasion where we've had a heavy chariot on the board, or have we not even used a heavy chariot?
We did early on in it was either a Kragus or a Chrymissos River. It was the Carthaginian heavy chariots. So it has been quite a while. It's been, gosh, 15 scenarios since we've had a heavy chariot, I think. But those do move at 2. They're a heavy unit, and they are on the... Yeah, they move at 2. They attack at 4, defend at 3. They can ignore 1 sword hit taken against them, and of course they can be supported. They retreat with 2 hexes, and we don't have any elephants here, but if they were battling elephants, because of those skittish horses, they would retreat an extra hex.
Speaking of not knowing what we're doing, I think it was pointed out that we've been playing that if you get a retreat, but you can't retreat, you can't battle back, but that's not the case?
Right. Well, that is absolutely a big goof on ours, where if they're blocked and they would be taking hits, as you would expect, because they cannot retreat. I have treated that, and I think this is my big goof, that a retreat was hit on them or caused, so they could not battle back. However, because they are still in the same space, it's considered desperation battle, so they may still battle back. So, yeah, that will probably be a big factor in the future.
Certainly in this looking scenario, I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of desperation going on here.
I have a feeling. Okay, well, since you are moving first, why don't you go ahead and draw your cards?
So we're both at 5,
Both
so
at
there's
5.
advantage to cards here. It's
Right.
just all going to come down to tactics and placement.
Yes. Okay, well, I will leave it to you then, sir.
Just given this scenario, it seems like this is just too good to pass up, and we will get things started on our right flank with Euronachus, if I'm saying that right, causing a bit of havoc. Let's activate those 4.
I would be very curious how often Hamilcar survives the opening move.
As a leader by himself, it's a 1 in 6 chance per die. So medium cap, I can't do odds. I'm sure someone far more mathematically inclined to me, but rolling 3 dice, trying to get 1 symbol, out of 3 chances for it to show up, it seems pretty thin.
Right, and I'm curious if the leader has a capability by himself to evade. Let's see, a leader alone.
I don't think it's going to matter because you can only hit a lone leader by rolling the leader symbol. Right?
Correct. Yeah, and, right. It says he must evade close combat, so he still has to take it. Yeah.
All right. Well, in this case, certainly eliminating Hamilcar from the equation is very tempting. But I think for now, I am going to attack this Auxilia manning the ramparts. Attack. Okay, now I've got that out of the way.
All right.
Let's roll some dice. So 3 dice, leader bonus.
Okay, we get a hit. And we'll battle back with 3 dice. And get a retreat. Interesting. Your retreat path is blocked.
Well, I'm going to ignore it anyway, because I'm going to have a leader.
Oh! Euronachus! He cried.
Alright. Medium cav attacking that Auxilia. 3 dice.
Okay.
No hits, 2 retreats.
Alright, so this is an interesting situation because he retreats into the hex with Hamilcar. He could stop with the leader and basically become attached to them.
A unit without a leader may retreat into a hex with an unattached friendly leader. The retreat move then stops.
That's what I thought. Yep. Okay. So he is kind of rallied by Hamilcar there. Thank you for that.
Yes, unfortunate. I should probably attack with the mediums with leader support first.
But
so
you can
cavalry who did, so they can advance.
Yep.
Move 1.
Mm-hmm.
Battle, so they'll just advance and battle and attack that Auxilia again.
Something that I overlooked a few weeks ago. In a critical moment, I realized I had scored a retreat, and I didn't follow up with the leader and attack another unit. So I'm going to try to slow down and pay attention to retreats tonight.
So one casualty.
Okay, so we got a hit. Let's do our leader check first. 2 dice. He's okay. And now he battles back with 3 dice and leader bonus. 2 hits and a retreat, but you're supported.
So 2 hits, and you know what?
Of course, yeah, you'd have to retreat 3 spaces.
Yeah, and I can't go straight back, so I can't. So I don't want to retreat. So yeah, I'll have to stay there.
Okay.
All right. Well, not quite as effective as I would have hoped for this surprise attack by Eurylochus in the Carthaginian camp. But I guess you'll take what you can get. After all, the tide has turned.
Okay. I think...
All right. How will Carthage respond to this surprise attack?
Carthage is definitely surprised. It's like you've kicked the ant mound. And I think we're going to activate that unit, that unit, that unit. So, Hamilcar climbs up onto that, and the heavy chariot moves into play. Okay. I think we're going to do the heavy chariot first. Oops. Target. And... why I'm off tonight. Give him...
So, heavy chariot.
Okay. Heavy chariot will attack the medium cav with Hamilcar as support. What would you like to do? You have an option there.
Does the heavy chariot count as heavy mounted?
It is a heavy mounted unit, yes.
Then I think I will evade.
Okay. So here goes 4 dice. Blue triangles. Here goes. And that is a big old whiff.
It's good evade, though.
It was a good evade.
Good evade. So I'll take that evasion. Can I do that? Can I zigzag?
Sure. Yeah, it's heading towards your end of the line, so. Alright. I think the Auxilia did not move. They will throw 2 dice at that medium cavalry. And nothing. And then Hamilcar will see if he can finish that cav with 3 dice and leader bonus. And he does. Hamilcar will exercise leader prerogative, advance and take on Eurylochus now. Blocked, 3 dice, and a hit, and of course he can ignore the retreat. But now we're on the rampart. So first we need a leader check, and then, yeah. Ooh,
2 dice.
Close.
So then retaliate against the rampart. 3 dice. So 1 hit cross swords. You're going to ignore those cross swords.
Yep. And I'll take the hit with the green.
And disregard 1 flag, which I didn't. So you're just going to get 1 hit from the green circle.
Okay, and here's Hamilcar's check. He's okay. So Hamilcar has rallied a little bit. That's good for him.
All those bonfires have helped.
Yeah. All right.
The great spirit.
I have completed my turn.
Going to play leadership in any section, and it's kind of come as no surprise. I'm going to choose the right section and press this attack. So a leader's hex and 3 adjacent hexes. So it's going to be those 4 units. All right. Let's check. So there's no movement restriction when it comes to the ramparts.
No, you can just climb right on them.
All right. So
That is a gamble.
It is a gamble. Alright. I'm going to have Theron's heavies attack first. They're going to be attacking Hamilcar's auxilia from across the rampart with 5 dice. So here we go. Get to ignore the flag and the cross sword, so I only do
one hit. Okay. So there's the hit. Here's the leader check.
Get to use the leader's initiative to mount their parts, but not to be.
All right, here's leader check.
First.
Leader is okay. And battles back with 3 dice. Leader bonus. A hit and a
retreat, which I'll ignore.
And check for you as well, Theron.
That's right. 2 dice.
Ooh.
All right. So now the mediums will attack. Should attack with them first, like I wanted to. So 4 dice with your support. They just get it done.
That will do. Here's 1 die check. Hamilcar is okay. Falls back to the heavy chariot.
So with leader support, the medium infantry will attack the heavy chariot.
Before you do that, I believe I can evade a foot unit.
Yes, you may. You may have a foot and elephant. You're also going to, regardless, ignore a sword hit against you.
So we will...
evading, you'll ignore all sword hits.
Yeah, so we will evade.
Okay. 4 dice. Red squares only. So,
decent
we're
evade.
taking 1 from the leader, so good evade. Uranakis will direct his cavalry against the auxilia on the ramparts. 3 dice. A hit and a retreat.
Okay.
I think I will... Yeah. I'll go all in. Using my leader to direct the cavalry to chase them down and attack them again. So 3 dice. Another hit, another retreat.
That will wipe them out. Nicely done. Step by step.
Now they are awfully exposed if you have another left flank. So, that'll end my turn.
Well, unfortunately, I do not have the left flank that I also need. But I do have a mounted charge.
Well, you know, 6 of one, half dozen of another, or something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that. All I know is pain train's coming. Yeah.
Sadly.
It was good while it lasted.
Actually, let's keep him back there. So, and then there you go. Since I can't get a full surround.
Chariot only moves 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Attacking from the confines of that camp.
Right, but the mounted charge will offset that, so I will get 4 dice.
So you're defending a camp, disregards 1 sword and 1 flag rolled against it.
So that's why I moved him there, because he would basically offset by the mounted charge. So let's do the light first, because you cannot evade that. And that's going to give 2 dice plus leader bonus against the medium there. And 1 hit. Oh, actually, I should get 1 more die because of the mounted charge. So here's 1 more die. 2 hits. I got him. And he could flip. I mean, he could change direction if you wanted to move towards those mediums, perhaps, if you wanted to. So he could even go from.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, he could actually make it to the. But it's up to you.
Actually, let's.
You want him out there in safe land, okay?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna hook him up with that cavalry again. Uranakis is a horseman. He can't be slowed down by foot troops.
That's true.
He's gotta mount daring and lightning attacks.
I think
and throwing javelins.
We will advance and then move 1 additional hex to put him on the bridge there in between. Heavy chariot, sadly, no target. So that is all.
Okay.
And stay out.
No. Leaders hex and 3 adjacent hexes. Those guys. This is like the welcome. This is the Bad Penny Brigade. Good job. All right. So this. Oh, these are light bowmen, or is that infantry?
They're just light infantry. Yeah, they're carrying spears.
All right. Medium infantry is going to attack first with 4 dice.
We shall evade.
Good evade. The evasion saves the block.
That's true. Thanks for that silver lining.
Theron's going to direct those heavies against that light infantry.
Well, they know when their bacon is in a problem.
So 5 dice. Green circles. Nothing. With a little bit of leader support, attacking the heavy chariot inside the fortified camp. Again, you're going to get to ignore a sword, ignore a flag, and then as a chariot, you also get to ignore a sword. So you're ignoring 2 swords and 1 flag from this attack. Standard. Should you choose not to evade.
Yeah, we'll stand and fight.
All right. 4 dice, leader support. So 2 swords which you're going to ignore, but a leader hit and a heavy hit.
Alas and alack. Alright. Hit. And Hamilcar's leader check is okay. Well,
Fires don't claim Hamilcar just yet.
we will put him with that light unit.
And then my mediums can advance. They will do so and occupy the camp. So in all those battles we fought in the first series where taking camps got you victory points, here,
Nothing.
nothing. Never did it. But here we're taking the camp. Alright, I think I'm done. The seaside camp is in disarray. Theron is ready to put the Carthaginian boats to the torch. How will they respond?
Do a coordinated attack.
Syracusan line is really good. There's a heavy troop at every section.
Okay.
I'm going to play Order Light Troops. I think we pointed out a few weeks ago that this card allows light foot to move through a friendly unit. So, I only have 2 light troops on the board. Activating them both. I'm going to move with this light infantry. 1, moving through my mediums. 2, to form a solid line with Theron. In the meantime, slingers will attack slingers in a battle of pitched rocks.
Come, ramparts, give me protection.
2 dice. A sword and a red square. Okay. So, nothing, nothing, nothing.
I think we'll do 3 on the right. These 3.
So your more heavy hitting troops up there on that line.
Get the more experienced troops up on that wall.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to double time. And I'm not going to rise the bait there. Attack your units fortifying that rampart. I think I'm going to try and finish off the seaside camp. I'm going to activate those units. Move with alacrity. So those 2 units there, and then that unit. So the heavies. Will attack those lights.
Nowhere to run.
5 dice with leader bonus. So
3 and a
and a retreat you can't take.
There you go.
Over here, medium infantry attacking the light cav.
Okay.
4 dice.
Yeah, you got a retreat.
And a retreat, which will do the job in this case.
This scenario went faster than I thought.
It's not over yet.
Yeah.
All right, light infantry versus light infantry. So no advantage here for my side. So 2 dice. A retreat, which you could ignore under Hamilcar's direction.
I will ignore. He battles back with 2 dice. 1 hit. That was very well done. That camp was not going to survive. We'll do 2 in the center.
Getting out of dodge.
Yeah. But these mediums will attack your mediums with 4 dice and leader bonus.
Very effective.
2 hits.
Retreat, which I have to take.
Yep. And that is all.
I'm going to activate 4 units in the center. Close 4. And this horse unit's going to go 1, 2, and they're going to pick up Euronachus there. So, not quite set up all the way I want to be, but good enough.
He is a horse guy.
He is a horse guy. That's his name from now on. It's going to call him a horse guy.
3 in the center. Okay, let's take on these mediums again with 4 dice plus leader bonus. 2 hits. And that is all.
Activate 2 units on the left. Indicate the 2 units I'm activating. So those 2. Attacking the Exilia over the rampart. 4 dice with leader support. Oof.
We will ignore that.
That's an amazing roll.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the preponderance of light forces manning those walls.
We shall ignore that retreat, rally, bolster, and attack back with 3 dice. 2 hits.
Oh, well. Here I was secretly thinking, I hope he doesn't roll a similar roll, and look what you rolled. 2 triangles. Ouch. Alright. Line command.
The line command.
What line will you be commanding, sir?
Do this line. There we go.
Okay. That's a good line.
It is a good line.
I'm going to respond by ordering the 4 units on the left. So these guys go here. Alright, the heavies will attack across the rampart to the auxilia with 5 dice with leader support.
Okay.
We get to ignore one of the words.
So 2 hits. And battle back with 3 dice. A hit.
Medium infantry will attack the same target with leader support. And 4 dice.
And that'll do. Which is really, I mean, that was congratulations on the win. Unfortunate because
when you made that move, I knew you were something up big.
Well, and it was a trap card because I spent too long setting it up, and all it took was your 1 movement previously of that medium unit. But I was all ready to do that, and I had at least 4 of them that were going to launch. So that's 16 dice there. But I waited just 1 too long because I was so focused on keeping the center safe that you just got the 1 medium. Of course, that medium paid for it a little bit, but that threw me off because once you put them adjacent, that whole block was just essentially shut down for Dark in the Sky. So yes, these specialty cards, let this be a lesson to people. They're very attractive, but sometimes, like me, you focus too hard on the setup and it just doesn't pay off, especially when you only have 1 unit left to be taken.
I had that the entire game, but for this setup, I really didn't have anybody who could fire, so yeah. I got another Order Light Troops card, which is like, yay!
Right.
Yay! Order Light Troops when I have 2.
Alright, first game 6-3. I was hoping to keep it a little bit closer than that, but it was still good. I'm proud that I kept Hamilcar alive as long as I did. Now, he was pretty slippery, but at the same time, I think you pulled your punch right there at the beginning, going after the 2 auxilia rather than just trying to cut the head off the snake right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were cat and mouse. You kept me going longer than I expected. So yes, we'll take a little break here. We'll set it up and come back for round 2.
Okay.
We are back for round number 2, and this is I mean, the ramparts really add a neat wrinkle. I wish I had gotten to utilize them a little bit more, but in the 2 or 3 instances where you did a frontal assault on them, I think they saved a couple of blocks, which was nice.
They blocked. I know they block at least 1 set of cross swords.
Right. Well, we'll see how you do with it. I am going to draw up my 5 cards.
Of course, Horse Guy can get in right behind the ramparts.
Right.
All kinds of havoc for the seaside camp. But over on the hill camp, they're quite effective.
Yeah.
So, got your 5.
Do.
Well, there's a card I wish I had in the last game.
Right. It's always that way. Okay, so I do have the first move. So I will luckily have that card. So I'll get us started with 3 on the right. And we'll do those 3. So I, however, not so nice, I guess. Let's see if we can't take out Hamilcar right from the beginning.
Okay.
Because you're a dangerous man with a leader.
It's not a matter of nice. It was also a matter of odds. So.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Well, then we're going to start with... we'll start with the cavalry first. And go against Hamilcar alone. 3 dice. And if he does survive, then of course he does get to evade. So, yeah.
Right.
It's worth taking a shot. So 3 dice. Here we go. Looking for a leader symbol. And Hamilcar falls.
Okay. Well, as I was saying, it's a matter of odds, and, well, I guess you just beat those, so...
For the first time in my life.
Hamilcar.
All right.
All pleased that his final sacrifice is Hamilcar himself.
He will... Let's see. He will advance... And...
He's doing.
What's that?
So he's rolling up.
He is rolling up, yeah. He's going to advance, move 1 hex, and go after the light cavalry. Yeah.
Horse.
Okay. So 3 dice. Nowhere to run. 2 hits.
Two dice back at you. Nothing.
Okay. And then the mediums attacking the ramparts with 4 dice plus leader bonus. There it goes. Wow. Holy
So
moly.
That would be a wipeout.
Would be a wipeout normally, but still a phenomenal attack.
There you go.
2 hits back. Alright. Well, we're going to have some casualties going up those walls.
That's right.
Okay. That was bloody, but for what it did, I think I'm happy. So we'll take it.
Super.
The warriors that I so wanted to actually use effectively, but...
We just gotta play up the cards you're dealt.
That's true.
There's an interesting wrinkle. Okay.
Well, I'm not going to let these cards trap me like I did before, so I'm going to use them as they present themselves, I think. So we'll do a mounted charge. And we will activate our 3 cavalry. And your Marcus...
Horse guy.
Horse guy. Bloody horse guy. He will attack the lights first. Now getting 4 dice because of the mounted charge. Here we go. Takes care of them.
Bold move, Cotton.
Yeah, we'll move up and battle again. Four. Yes, the entire turn. So 4 dice plus leader bonus.
Didn't need it.
Usually have to pay extra for that, God. All right. So the medium cav against the auxilia here. 4 dice. Gets it.
Wow. Like, this is going to be an early night.
And medium cav against your auxilia, 4 dice. Just 1 hit.
Just one. Oh, just one.
Just 1.
Just one. 3 dice coming back. Nothing.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Oh, my. I am in a pickle.
That's a good line.
That's a good line. I don't know if it's going to do much right now, though. Alright, let's try and cause some damage.
We could do more damage that way.
The most bang for our buck first.
Sure. Yeah.
Cavalry for support.
We will evade that.
4 dice. Good evade. Slingers and hand-to-hand combat.
Do it.
2 dice.
Wow. The pride of the Balearic Islands. 2 back. Nothing.
See if these light infantry are similarly inspired by their rock-tossing brethren. Alright. Got one in there.
Got one, yeah. Right, we're going to give you 4 back. Cold steel. 3 hits. Leader support.
That's all I got. They moved. Range 2, 1, 2. So yeah, that's all I got.
I think we need to press it then.
Yep.
The question is, how do they act in concert? They can all move 3. Yeah, let's do... Nope, not that.
Okay.
Okay. Try that.
Okay.
Start with this one. Against your auxilia, 3 dice. Hit and a retreat. Yes, we'll attack him again. 3 dice. Let's see what we get this time. a hit and 2 retreats, which will wipe him out. Okay.
Maybe a moot point.
We'll try this one here. Mediums 3 with the leader bonus. They have to retreat.
They would normally retreat 2. I can't.
So we have our first instance where you do get to desperation battle.
Battle back.
Okay.
Nothing. Stabbing themselves.
And then finally here, 3 dice leader bonus.
The shortest game ever.
With 2 hits.
Wow. Well, that certainly evens the score, doesn't it?
Well, it closes that gap.
3 turns and a wipeout?
Yeah.
Is that what wow. So
Wow.
I'm going to say this last medium, I would have moved this medium cavalry up here. Move these guys here like that.
Oh, and swarm them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was only curious. I mean, this one here going against that rampart, I was trying to minimize the effects of the rampart.
Yep.
And I figured that the one on the end had a block missing and it was on the end. So yes, and of course, thank you for the reminder. I always in the heat of battle, as our viewers are prone to seeing, we do forget the little things like advance, battle again, pressing the attack. But that was, wow, very effective cavalry, more so than I expected, with Eurymachus being in the camp already.
Yeah. So I guess going after that leader first. Really big.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, wow. So
then, yes, that was...
that's our guy, our quickest game ever, too.
I think so. So final score was, 9-6. I think I took the knight, the series. Right? Yeah, 9-6. So 6-3 and 0-6. Well, cool. I'm stunned. What, you want to talk about anything?
Oh, but I mean, that's what happened.
I got the compliment. I got the compliment on our on the videos today that the observation was made that we start out the video very very structured and very proper and formal, and this is how the background works, and these are the rules, and this is the scenario information, and then halfway through the game where the fact that we've been friends for so long kind of shows through, and, and our real selves come out, and we scream and gnash our teeth and have a really good time, and then at the end of the evening we're back to our formal. Next week we'll be preparing for the so I thought that was a fun observation.
Rubbing the next 3-round elimination? Is that what we're going to prepare for? I need to go back to the rule book, I guess.
Wow. This one, man. So, yes, in both situations, this was an overwhelming Syracusan victory. I mean, by a margin of 12-3, right? Because you won 6 and I won 6 as the Syracusans, and the poor Carthaginians only got 3.
I did not have any cards for my left flank, so right off the bat I was a bit stymied.
Yeah.
I got an order medium troops card, which I would have killed for in the last game.
Yeah. With all that, yeah.
Yeah. So I was hoping in this game, to try and draw your attention away from the sea camp and bring my right flank down to bear from the hill camp and get those warriors and mediums into the fray and really mix it up down there. But I mean, your left flank is no joke either. You've got 2 mediums, and a heavy with a leader And
Right
then,
there, ready to go, and then another one. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's that. I would be tempted. I would love to see what the overall success rate for the Carthaginian players in this scenario is, because it's a hard nut to crack. And historically, obviously, Carthage just got wrecked.
Oh yeah. I mean,
So this is history right here. You know, Aranaka shows up in the camp. They open the gates, going, "Hey, welcome in!" And then for
slit your throat.
their sword to the face.
Oh man.
Sword in the fire.
Yes. Oh well. This was great. Thank you. Thank you for spirited combat. And next week, what do we have next week? I will be doing the research for next week. Our scenario for next week is Plataea. Plataea. So we'll all learn a little something about that. And as always, don't forget if you are enjoying this and you'd like to hear about when the new scenarios come out, I put a video out every week. So go ahead and subscribe, and you'll hear about it right there in your YouTube subscription list. And we do absolutely welcome comments. We want to hear from you guys, because we're certainly not the most experienced players in the world. We have already proven time and again we don't know what we're doing, but we're having a great time. We're making great time, right? Yeah, come on and comment. We'd love. We'll certainly. You ask a question, we'll do the best to answer it. If you have comments about it, we'll take them. We love it. Anything for the good of the order, Pete?
I'm humbled.
This doesn't happen very often. I'm going to milk the heck out of it. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we will see you here next week. So, take care.
Good night.
Good night.